How's it going, boys? We're going to bring you specifications you can relate to so you can have an educated decision on your purchases. We're going to do another live review, live thing that's going on here. So basically what's inside a CRKT Columbia River knife and tool Matthew Lerch Fastlane. So that's going to be very similar to any of the other assisted knives by CRKT, and that's where you kind of see the inside of it, because sometimes you can get it loose and sometimes there's quite a bit of thread locker on it, so you're not going to be able to do this. But it was nice that this one came apart. This is provided by CRKT for the Apex Pass Around group, so do appreciate them for doing that. But we're going to get into it as far as this, put it back together, show you what's in there, and kind of give you my opinions on this knife as well. But if you have not experienced a CRKT as far as an assisted knife, it's very much similar to if you're actuating the knife with a flipper tab, in a sense, because it does have a leaf spring in the back side of it that once you get past the lobe, it basically flips the knife as you would a flipper. So this is where it kicks very hard for these knives here. So out of most assisted knives, this is one that actually does fire out very well. So if you're looking for one of these type of knives, do pick it up. In comparison to even the Kershaw side, Kershaws are going to be a little bit slower in most of their kickouts, but this is going to be what's inside for the knife. So there's going to be the little spring that you're going to have. So this is actually the one here. So you have the back spacer and you have this leaf spring that's in there that's actually going to be actuating on the blade. So when you actually have it, so when it's closed, it's going to be this way. And then so once you actually actuate past, it's going to actually be pushing it open. Actually, that's the wrong way. It goes this way. This way. I think. How does this go? And so this one goes in there, there, there. Okay, so this way it goes. So as you're doing it, it's going to kick it open and to this side. So it's a really good setup for it. How's it going, guys? Thanks for stopping in. But the camera's kind of wonky today. But that's where now I'm going to show you as far as how to put it back together. This one has bronze washers in it, so it's kind of a good setup as far as how this goes. So it does have the bronze washers. So that's kind of a nice thing for it. Backspacer is something that you're going to have just because it is something that is part of the actual assist. And so this one also does not have a detent. So it's not like a Kershaw where you can basically make it a non-assist knife. So that's going to be something that you're going to just not be able to do for this one. So this actually is the detent for the knife as well as the assisted open. Me personally, I don't have a lot of assisted knives because for some reason it feels to take away from the action of the knife, kind of the feel of it. But there's going to be how that goes there. Blade, whoop, put the pivot back in. So it's a very simple setup. So as I see it showing you before, so when it actually actuates, so that's where it closes. It does have a little stop pin, and then you'll just pop it open. So it's kind of like a flipper in a way of it actuating. So it kicks it out that way. So as it goes together, now this one's pretty easy. As it goes, it also has the pivot. It does have basically the small T6 and a T6, which is the top part of the pocket clip there. It does have basically right hand and left hand. So if you want to set that up either way, you can go. So this is how this is set up. But it's a fairly nice knife. I do like it quite a bit. Goes for this one goes for probably going to be about $46.95. MSRP is about $69.99. So it's not a bad price for a knife either. That's going to be G10 and everything else. And as far as the camera's kind of coming in and out a little bit as far as it's searching for focus. I thought I had it fixed earlier, but it seems to be having a little bit of an issue tonight. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well, well stocked. Hopefully you don't need to go out if you don't need to go out. But this one is going to be also about 4.17 ounces as far as what it's advertised for. So we'll get it back together and get it on the scale as well to see how that works for the knife. So I tried to take apart this one. This one is actually like a $20 knife, $26 roughly. This is the Ruger side. This is the crack shot. I picked this one up, so this is my personal knife. So I have this one for an assisted knife, and then this other one is going to be the pass-around one. Yeah, doing pretty good myself. Still working. So I'm not lucky enough to be off from work. Although I guess I'm lucky enough not to be sick or anything. So I guess that's a good thing about that. That's not back together very well. Come on. Let's take this apart again. So normally I don't take apart the pass-around knives, but this one is I'm the last person in the group to get it. So that's why I did that. Let's line this up a little bit better here. Damn it. It was an easy thing to take apart. Just having a hard time putting it back together. It's fine. But anybody else own a CRKT? It's one that's actually, some people don't know that CRKT makes assisted knives. So that's kind of an interesting thing about that. There we go. Now it's back together. But CRKT, they don't actually make any of their knives. So something that's a little bit different. They are a producer. They are not a manufacturer of knives. So they do have a lot of good collaboration that they do with different folks, but they don't actually make anything. So just like how Benchmade has their in-house, how like ProTech and everything else is in-house. Kershaw has a mix of both, and then it's kind of, they're in Oregon too, so I can actually stop by and look at the Kershaws. CRKT, if anybody comes out to Oregon, CRKT does not have a showroom. So if you do stop by the CRKT building, basically you're going to just see a building and the receptionist, and then they might give you some swag, but they're not anything that you can go through and do a factory tour or anything like that. That's a little bit too tight there. Let's back that off a little bit. So that's going to be how it goes for that one. So as far as weight goes for this, wherever I put the scale,